Hello, everyone. We're here with another battle report. I am Waldorf.
And I'm Statler.
And this is Orcs and Goblins versus Highborn Elves. This was the first game of a one-day tournament. Little one-day tournament we did
at the Island
Games. Why are you handing me a Jeep?
It's not a Jeep, it's a Gaz.
Oh, sorry.
No new nomenclature.
It's a Jeep if it's a Jeep until it got shipped across the ocean. Then it became a Gaz. Anyway. All right, sorry. Anyway, this was Battle Report and Highborn Elves. This, again, first game of a 3-game little quick one-day tournament thing we did. So, my page isn't turning, so I'll just do this and try again. There we go. So here we are. Actually, you know what? This was not the tournament. I'm lying. This was just a Wednesday night game. Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
Moving on. As you can see,
dementia has set in.
Terribly.
Yes.
As you can see, I've elected to deploy my whole entire army first.
You sure this is your army, not somebody else's?
At this point, I can't guarantee that. A lot of times I will just drop my entire army just to get the thing moving faster, rather than doing the one-off thing. Although it's probably better to do the one-off thing in a lot of cases, or go last sometimes.
Yeah, depends on your opponent and what you're trying to do.
I always like to shoot guys first.
Yeah.
I like to have a chance to blow up my war machines before he goes.
Yeah.
So, if you're noticing, there's forest down here on the bottom left, moving across the bottom. There's a splatter in there, Dashers, Spider Riders up front near that field waiting to be deployed. Big unit of feral Ed Bashers with extra hand weapon, full command. 2 get launchers on the hill. This is my new thing, is this the Ed Basher boar boys, common Ed Bashers on boars. I'm actually starting to like this unit a lot. I haven't been winning much with it, but I'm liking this unit a lot. Pair of trolls for chaff.
So what's
2 single trolls.
Why don't you describe the unit a little bit? What'd you give it to make you like it?
It's a fully loaded unit.
So it's got it's got lances.
It's got lances, heavy armor, shields. I mean, it makes them a bit pricey, but they really hit like a ton of bricks. I mean, this unit hits at strength 7.
Yeah.
Against an elfin army, that's really important because they got that really high toughness. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
No. Against a lot of armies, that's really good, and people are scared of that. Strength 7, they pound you at. Yeah. You start at strength 4, you get 2 for lance, and
so they're not the common ones, they're the
Ed Bashers. Yeah, Ed Bashers.
And they're only a few more points than the common ones.
They're not many more points than the common ones. The disadvantage, of course, is they're not core.
Yes.
If they were core, then it would make a very interesting list.
Yeah.
Over to the right, you can see the big unit of Wolf Riders. I always loved Wolf Riders. This one has my Goblin King with the Wizarding Hood in it. It's got a level 2 Goblin in it, and it's got my Goblin BSB in it. Mm-hmm. Between those 2 Goblins, though, the Wizarding Hood guy and the BSB guy's got the Hero Sword. Wizarding Hood guy's got the Sword of Might, Sword of Strength. So combined, those guys put out 8 Strength 5 attacks.
So should this unit get into combat, which clearly you have it on the flank?
It's a bunker. It's not supposed to be in combat.
Yes. But it doesn't seem to be deployed behind your lines like a normal bunker.
Well, it's fast cav.
Yeah.
It can't be deployed by my lines.
I see.
And then off to the right, the Gargantula.
And did we mention the 2 trolls?
I did. They're 2 cave trolls. They're chaff. Single units. 2 single units of trolls. I think they're fantastic chaff.
That they are.
And now you can see the scouts are down up on the top right in that forest.
And the elves have deployed.
There are... I will say this. This is actually Matt from Junk House Entertainment, and I'll put a link in the description for his site.
Right.
And he'll, I'm sure, have the other side of this battle up at some point.
Yes. Of course, his won't be as good as ours, but
No, there's only one of him. How could it be?
it's only one of him, and he's younger.
And one of him doesn't even equal half of one of us.
Exactly.
So anyway, in his defense on this army, this is kind of what he had painted. This is not necessarily an optimized army list for him.
But it's painted, so that
But
counts
it is painted.
for bonus
And
points.
yeah, he wanted, and I will say this as well, he wanted to play me. He wanted to get onto the channel and have one of his games displayed, and I refused until he brought a painted army to do it with.
Yes, we do a lot of ridiculing in our group.
Yes, we do.
In case you haven't figured it out from our posts.
from our posts or listening to us abuse each other, it's there's a lot of ridicule going on in our groups.
So what does he got here?
And as a matter of fact, that's kind of how we got the Waldorf
Exactly.
name.
Exactly.
Because the one thing one of our friends told us is, the worst thing is when I show up and you two aren't playing.
Oh, yes.
So anyway, so he's got a big unit of knights over on the left. Those are the silver what are they called now?
I don't remember.
Okay, those are the armored knights.
Yes.
They are not the Knights of Rima.
No.
Then he has back there. He's got his commander.
Okay.
On a griffin. That's not really.
It's I see. Okay.
It's a small griffin.
A baby griffin.
Baby griffin.
Very small. Stolen from its mother's breast.
A good sized unit of archers. I think it looks like there's about 14 or 15 there with a level 2 mage in that with them. Actually, that was a level 4 mage.
Oh, okay.
Then he had a lion chariot. Is that a lion chariot?
It's a chariot.
It's a chariot. We'll figure it out later. So he has a chariot back there in the lines. Big unit of spearmen hiding behind this hedge.
Just regular spearmen.
Regular spearmen.
Not Seaguard.
Not
Okay.
Seaguard.
Any character in there, do you know?
You know what? They are Seaguard.
They are Seaguard?
My
Okay.
mistake. They are Seaguard.
Okay.
And he has the commander character in there, so they can do their thing.
Okay.
Don't they have? They have a special thing where they can
Yeah.
reform or something. He's got a bolt thrower,
The
repeater bolt
The
thrower,
repeater upgrade.
the repeater upgrade.
Okay.
The sword masters over here, smallish unit, only 25 of them. I'm sorry, 15.
It's small compared to what?
Yeah, 25 would be not small, but
Yeah.
I can't count. So then he's got the another repeater bolt thrower with the repeater upgrade, and a chariot, a light chariot.
That was like the regular horse chariot.
It is the light chariot. And that's and I deployed those guys over in the woods.
So we've got 3 woods, we've got 2 hills, and what's the brown thing?
It's a field.
You didn't spill your soda or anything.
Didn't spill the soda,
Okay.
didn't have an accident.
All right. And a tower.
And a tower.
All right.
There's another good shot at his, and they actually both Tyrannoc chariots.
They're both
aren't they?
Tyrannoc.
Sorry,
They're both regular chariots.
horse chariots.
Yes.
There you go. That answers that question. Well, so we're done.
Okay. Can I go now?
No, you've got to stick around. So on the first turn, you can see it just moved up a little bit. The scouts, no big deal. They popped out. Oh, I guess they popped out of the woods. Oh, he actually bought Vanguard upgrade for this guy.
Yeah.
Which confused me. But anyway.
Well, he gets the chariots out there.
He gets the chariots out there, and I think he was just trying to spin points.
Right.
Again, it wasn't an optimized list. Oh, here we go. Turn 1. And by the way, this is my old, what was it called? The tower. Anyway. The Hero Clicks Tower. Not the Hero Clicks, but the other one. Mage Knight.
Mage Knight.
Mage Knight Tower.
Yes.
Makes a nice little tower.
It was a nice tower, except for the little number thing you didn't cover.
Yeah, I need to cover that up at some point. Wouldn't take much. So, turn 1, start moving forward. The spider will move up. I'm just wondering why I took this picture before I moved him. No?
Because he didn't move up.
Because he didn't move up. Apparently he's afraid and hiding back there. You can see my spider riders on the top just came up, just trying to lob. I'm just going to lob some shots into that repeater bolt thrower.
Yeah, it is one
for
of the
wound.
more fragile war machines out there. So.
Yeah, and if he wants to charge me with those sword masters, it'll get him out behind that hedge. That's good for me.
Right.
There we go. There's my spider. Now he got boom moving.
Okay.
Apparently, when I was taking the picture, I noticed that he hadn't moved.
Yeah. Camera can be your friend.
And look at this.
Got a wound.
Shooting, that's awesome. Halfway there.
Something seems to be missing. Cheese and crackers.
This was devastating. This was the result of all 3 pieces of my artillery hitting.
Oh.
The splatterer and the 2 git launchers.
Yeah, it's always nice to be toughness 3.
It makes a mess.
Yeah, and 20 millimeter bases. Yeah.
20 millimeter, pack them in tight, and let me thump them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, that kind of...
Been there, done that.
This is kind of his hard-hitting unit
Yeah.
as well, so not good. So anyway, the 4 remaining decided to charge my Spider Riders, and I wanted no part of that.
So we're on his turn now.
Yes, we're switching.
Okay.
Yeah, well, anyway.
Nothing happening in your magic phase?
Nothing happens significant in the magic phase. As you can see, he declares the charge, and they just said, we're done. Even with four of those, we'll crush that unit.
Yes. He was so demoralized he couldn't pick up his casualties.
No. They're going to be laying there for a while. They're sad.
Yeah.
The chariot over here on the left tries a long charge into the woods at my splatterer.
Okay.
He's angry with it based on what it just did.
Well, I guess the Vanguard does help with that.
It does, and he's got, I think, 3 or 4 wounds on this thing, and he's probably not going to die in the woods. He's taking 4 dangerous terrain checks, but he's probably not going to roll 3 or 4 ones. Right?
Yeah.
And he doesn't. He doesn't roll any, as a matter of fact.
And he's in there.
So that's going to be ugly. These guys failed. The Swordmasters, you can see on the top, failed their charge. And he has picked up his casualties by now, except for the repeater bolt thrower guy.
Yeah.
He's refusing to go. Over on the left, you'll see his archers are kind of 1 guys on the hill. That's representing where the whole unit is. They were not balanced well. And now he's done the same thing. This is the front rank of his archers.
I see, and the guys are just behind it.
Yeah, the other guys are just back there. They just haven't moved up. Brings his knights around the corner. He's getting ready to try to put some pressure on my flank.
Yeah, interesting formation.
6 wide.
6 wide with 2 in the back.
2 guys in the back. Yeah, it was interesting. Not sure, but anyway. Most of my units are at least 5 wide, so he can get them all there if he wants. Moving on. He elected not to double charge my Spider Riders. His chariot in the top could have charged him well, but if it did, then my Wolf Riders would have been all over him.
Right, and we just chased the spiders closer into your lines.
My bunker.
Your bunker, yes.
Which may have been a good idea for him just to do that.
Yeah.
Just to torture me, because I would have gone after it.
Yeah. And maybe if you hadn't ruthlessly killed all of his sword masters, then he would have been able to have something else to fight.
Have something significant.
Yeah.
So he starts shooting, picks off a guy here, picks off a guy here.
Bolter or...
These are just bows.
Oh, okay. That's lucky shooting there.
He comes in, crushes this.
I see.
Killed it outright.
Oh, killed it outright. Okay.
Yeah, it killed it. It's dead.
Okay.
And we're moving on to turn 2.
Okay. So nothing significant in his magic phase either.
No.
Okay.
No. It's just been both of us rolled very low on the magic phase. You don't even see. I don't even have a single card down. There's not a single spell cast on my side.
Yeah.
Seeing that guy hiding in the woods, I'm going to go get him.
It's a little vendetta action, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm probably going to lose 1 in the woods, but it's at least D3 Strength 5 impact and then a lot of Strength 5 attacks.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have a problem. And that's my Overseer taking a nap. Not quite sure why he was so lazy. The boar riders, this is a 19-inch. They are 19 inches away. I said, why not? I didn't really want to go up too far. I don't know why. I should have just got right in his face. But it's like, you know what? Why not? Let's see what happens. These guys.
Those are always the charges that do really well.
When they work, it's a wonderful thing and demoralizes your opponent. So these guys made it in, but you can see
5 of them did.
The dead guy on the bottom, that loses me D3 impact.
Yep.
Anyway, thinking about bringing those guys up to 7 or 8
just
now.
for that extra.
Yeah, to carry that through. The rest of my army comes up. I move these guys up here. I'm okay if those guys charge this bunker.
So you move the bunker up front, and your chaff is following behind.
And my hard-hitting
unit. And behind
unit.
that is the 2 hard-hitting units.
Correct.
Okay.
But they're just so fast.
They are fast.
So fast.
This I guess goes to don't do what they're expecting you to do.
And it's fun.
Yes, yes.
But anyway, they do have bows. And actually, the thinking here, they're all within 9 inches now.
Sure.
The thinking here is I can
You're
just
going to finish off
finish them up between those and the throwing head weapons up top. I can finish the swordmasters up.
And hopefully the bolt throwers won't make short work.
If I don't do any damage at all, then, well, I'm kind of hoping the bolt throwers go away and other methods in this game. If I don't do any damage at all and he does charge me, I can just flee because I'm going to go through the trolls and through the spider and be back there.
Sure.
And be within range of the general to rally. So,
and you're tempting his chariot to charge your
chariot is welcome to charge my spider.
Big boy spider.
Yeah, he's okay with that. These guys move up into the savage boys. The feral orcs move up into the field.
Oh, they're flammable now.
They're flammable now. He has no flaming attacks. But I moved up into the field in case those knights want to come fight me.
Sure.
That's not good for knights.
And they're in position to charge his spearmen.
They got so scared, they got blurry.
Yes.
This is the Git launcher taking out 2 of them.
Okay.
And my mighty shooting managed to kill 2 of these guys. So now they're down to 50%. They did pass their check.
He didn't run away.
But he didn't run away, and he still has 2 left. I can take 2 of them.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
That's the question. Can you take 2d6 bolt thrower shots?
No. No. Why would I? Anyway, so I managed to put...
This doesn't look good.
I put 2 wounds and had a charge. He put 2 wounds on me. So I managed to win this by 1. Pretty amazing. And we ran it down and killed it.
Well.
Again.
Yeah.
Didn't lose any in the woods, but...
and he didn't die in the woods.
And he didn't die, but anyway, we caught him. It's kind of good. Winning by 1. I really thought with that many attacks I was going to
Yeah, one would think you'd
kill him outright.
You would have done that.
Didn't he? That was a very blurry picture.
Yes.
So on his bottom of his turn, he decides these knights there's no reason to play with these big feral orcs. We can't deal with it. Let's go make up a ton of points in the rear area.
Yeah.
That's what he's looking at. His big guy on his griffin comes out to the side, peeks around the corner. Doesn't want to get hit by too much, but he's actually parked him on the hill, I guess. So now he can see all over the place, and what's he want to do? And now he decides that swordmasters are chaff.
Yep.
So here they come, sitting in front of them. You can see his chariot plays the chaff roll for my spider over there. And this is what happens when bolt throwers shoot you.
Yeah.
You know, there's a reason this is a bunker and not a combat block, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Could have been worse.
It could have been. I mean, they're only strength 4, so he's only wounding me on 3s.
Yes.
Hitting me on 3s, wounding me on 3s.
Yeah, yeah.
12 shots, that's what? 9 hits and 6 wounds?
Yeah.
Okay, missed it by 1. Maybe I saved 1. He's only -2.
Is it just the bolt throwers or is it the sea guard also?
The 2 bolt throwers fired at me. Sea guard has
the spell off.
The what is that spell? Can you read that? I can't read that.
It's wild form, I think.
Oh yes, he put wild form on himself.
Okay.
So now he's got strength 4, toughness 4, spearman.
Okay.
That's fairly scary, actually.
Okay.
But he miscast doing it.
Yeah.
So
and
wild form, beast within,
and
not wild form.
And an impressive miscast template it is.
It is. It's a nice big template. I like that thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
he rolled really well and didn't actually do that much to himself.
That's not so bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, what are you going to do? Not terrible. This. What shot these? Oh, and then he cast another spell over here, fireball. These guys ran off.
Guy, I think it was just a guy.
This guy ran off. His 4 buddies are laying out there somewhere in that field. Little archery shooting up these guys, not a big deal. And there's my. Did I tell you I like that big spider on the right?
I would have never guessed.
No,
that you liked it since you only have one of them.
Yeah, well, it's an awesome piece. Anyway, and he starts opening up with the rest of his archers, the big unit on the hill, and they kill a bunch more. So he's picking me off.
Yeah.
A little late for him, but he's picking me off. There's my spiders.
Yeah, they're hiding.
They wanted no part of this mess.
Hiding in the ground, dead.
So my turn. I look at them. I check my ranges. The feral orcs can have a charge into that spear block, but that spear block is strength 4, toughness 4 at the moment, and hiding behind a hedge. And that's not a fun deal for me.
Yeah, probably better if you weren't in the horde formation.
Well, then I would lose those 6 attacks from the back rank.
Yeah.
That's what you're missing out on that. But what has happened here, which is kind of interesting, is because he killed so many of my. Let's see if I mark the charges. I did not. Because he's killed so many of my wolf riders, that opened up the lane for that troll on the right, the top troll, to charge.
There you go.
So, moving down here, look what I did.
Look at that.
There's my There's my standard move now. At some point, reform out of the horde. I've got the tray.
Yeah, maybe you should pull that out of your box.
I think I'm going to. I keep needing to pick up another one. Anyway, the Ed Bashers with really the Boar Boy Ed Bashers with really nothing major out front of them anymore are coming back to try to deal with these knights because it's just. I think I'm pointing again. The the feral Ed Bashers.
I don't think our viewers can see that.
I'm pretty sure you're right. The feral Ed Bashers should be able to take that spear block, especially with that spider roaming over there.
And there's nothing like some cavalry on cavalry action.
Yes. So hopping over here, you can see my Nasher herds over here.
More like a herdette.
Before the my bunker.
Yeah.
My Wizarding Hood guy decided to charge out at this
Bolt thrower.
Reaper Bolt Thrower. There's only one guy left. He's hiding behind the fence, but I can get him. There's what I was talking about earlier, where my troll charged out past those guys.
Right.
Took a sharp left and went into them. Gargantula decided that Chariot was annoying him.
It needed to go.
It's got to go, so eat that. And these guys move out of the Spider Riders. Wolf Riders move off to the side of flank of the Swordmasters and figure they'll continue harassing them with their 2 or 3 shots that I have left.
Yes.
Considering there's 3 characters in that. No, sorry, 2 characters in that
down.
right now.
One's
so I guess that gives me, 4 shots?
There
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, kill a guy.
So,
kill 2?
I got this guy with magic.
Oh, okay.
He died.
What was your lore?
Goblin. Well, actually I had Beast within. I had the same lore he did. I had the Wilderness.
The Wilderness with
the Wizarding Hood guy. But I wasn't casting much. It was really weird. I was rolling extremely low for dice every turn. And the one spell I love with Orcs and Goblin, with the Goblin magic against Elves, is the default spell, the Evil Eye.
Right.
That's just such an awesome spell. The 2d6 or 3d6 string 3. So
nice.
Here we go. Yeah. This was a Git launcher. It thumps on these guys, kills 3 of them. Look at that. See, down there on the hill. And if you notice, the other Git launcher decides to copy it and kills 2 more.
Oh, that's always nice.
So there he is, down to 1.
Those things are so good.
Git launchers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen people on the forum complaining about them now, that they're underpowered.
No.
And
No.
And I will agree, they are somewhat underpowered, but the accuracy makes up for the being underpowered.
Yes. No, it's the accuracy.
Because they're going to hit so many times, then it makes up for the number of wounds
and
being
then,
less.
Not having to worry about armor.
Yeah, well, it's only more, and there's people complaining it's only AP4 now instead of.
Yes, you're pretty much not worrying about armor.
Anyway, so
it's a lot of no, they're actually I think they're too good because they are able to basically neutralize characters walking around by themselves.
Correct.
Small cavalry units just live in terror of them, and they don't cost that many points for what you're getting.
Agreed.
Yeah. Anyway.
I definitely don't think they're overpowered. Definitely don't think they're underpowered like some people seem to. Yeah. But up here on the top, you can see that
seems to be missing.
The troll has finished off the sword that was the bolt thrower. Let's finish that off, and he lined up the overrun into the other one. but he's a bit lazy.
I see.
Actually, the hedge has been lifted. So
He ate the hedge instead. He stopped to eat the hedge.
He stopped and destroyed the hedge.
Yeah.
He figured that would be more useful.
Yes, yes.
Whereas
But Captain Stupid took care of the thing anyway.
Captain Stupid, he did crush that and
Ran off the table.
Just went right off the table.
Okay.
He was in a hurry. You notice he did take a wound.
No, I didn't. But yes.
He took a wound
Yeah,
from that guy.
They do strike first.
He's got armor. He's armor 2.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's kind of what it looks like now. You can see that both the trolls are roaming around. The one up top is a re-rollable 4 to try to avoid stupidity.
Yeah.
That's probably not going to go well for me.
And when your guy comes back on, he'll be
He's an 8.
an 8. So
Yeah, and he, the BSB can get within range of him when he comes back on.
that's what's nice about the fast cap bunkers. You can get the BSB where you need it to be.
Yeah.
Especially if you keep it intact and don't fight with it.
That's a good concept. I wish somebody would have explained that to me at some point. Did I mention I like that big gargantua thing?
Yes.
Okay. There's always a couple extra pictures of that just thrown in.
Yes, I like how it's always eating your hero.
Each of these slides. So here we go. That's kind of the end of the turn there.
It's
So we move.
looking kind of bleak to be an elf at the moment.
It is. It's not a good day to be an elf. So moving on to his turn, he's got his remaining. This is actually a character.
Oh, I didn't even look. He passed his leadership at least. So
Yeah,
he didn't run
passes
away.
leadership.
Mhm.
He came in, hit me there, wheeled around to get to the other one,
Mhm.
which I'm okay with because that way my war boys will come.
Is this a character or a champion?
He's actually a character.
Oh, okay.
He had a hero level character in here.
Okay.
He did not send me his list. I don't have this list
Yeah.
at all.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out what it is. Yeah.
And these guys decided to come out from behind
gonna
their
come out
hiding
and
spot,
play,
and they've had enough.
Mm-hmm.
The reasoning for this is there's a couple reasons for this. One, let's see if there's a good picture. If you look where my feral orcs are, I'm not going to point. If you look where my feral orcs are, if he can manage to break them, he's going to overrun into the flank
of the
my
cavalry.
cav.
Absolutely.
So I mean, if he stays where he is,
He's going to get combo charged.
he's going to get. Well, it's not going to be terrible because that spider is still in the front as well. But that spider is going to go in
Spider's
with
putting
the
out
guys.
20 attacks, so
Yeah, even if he's touching one guy on the
Yeah,
corner. So yeah, he's.
You can send your ferals in and just have him touching, so he's not taking a lot of damage from those nasty spears. So
Correct. Exactly. So, I mean, this is really his shot.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, so this guy charged in there. These guys came out to play. This guy just kind of moved up. Oh, this guy charged as well. Sorry. This guy also charged the unit. Let's back up a little bit.
okay.
It's not that far of a charge. You think he needed an 8 or a 9 on Swift Stride, but he did fail.
Yeah, that would have helped him a lot.
He would have had a much better chance of doing it. So I don't think it was a bad move of his.
No, not with the character in there.
His mage walks out here. I'm not real sure what he was thinking with this.
Let's play with a troll.
I think he was counting on that troll being stupid.
Yeah.
Which is, rerollable 4. That's not.
Yeah.
That's not a far cry. But I mean.
But the Wolf Riders are over
But if you look at the Wolf Riders past him, and I don't think he wanted him to leave him in here, into the unit of archers up on the hill because my squig hop Nashadashers are moving around to the left.
Right.
There's only the unit, as I said, 3 of them.
Yeah.
So he charges in.
But he could have shot them off with the archers probably.
The ensuing combat, he's killed those 4 guys, and you can see one more down there on the bottom. So he's managed to kill.
So no magic got off to do any
He
buffs.
got
or
no
hexes.
buffs. I still had my Dispel Scroll at this point.
Okay.
Oh, no, I did not. Sorry. I wanted to use the Dispel Scroll, but it was off the board.
Ah.
The guy with the Wizarding Hood.
Yes.
So
yes, you did have it, but it
I
wasn't
had it,
available.
but I could not use it.
Yeah.
But there's a champion who took a challenge. See, he's beat up with 2 overkill on him. The guy in the character, the one in the back there on the left is the character that was in that unit. He's been beat up. He took 2 wounds.
Oh wow.
And then 4 other spearmen. And his spearmen have only done 5 wounds to me.
Yeah, it's a little bad luck on his part.
He just had some bad luck.
Because
He is only strength 3.
Yeah, but it's got a decent number of attacks. You know,
He's
fighting
got
in the extra
15
ranks,
attacks, hitting
you
me
know.
on 2s.
I mean, can't match the number of attacks you've got.
Actually, he's
coming
hitting me
at
on
him.
3s because I think he's weapon skill 4.
Yes.
So he's hitting me on 3s and wounding me
Right.
on 5s.
Yeah, yeah.
And then my mighty 6 up ward saves.
Yes.
Anyway, so
Yep.
oops, what happened? Page up.
The screen went black.
Why did you do that? Okay. So why did I skip? How did that skip so far ahead?
I don't know.
There we go.
These newfangled computers are just too much for you to handle.
I'm just pushing buttons.
Yeah.
Wow.
We jump to the
How
end.
did I get all the way from there to there?
That's what we call arrogance.
Okay. So
The game's over. I'm just
so
gonna go
the
to
game's
end.
I'm done.
You know?
So he charged it. Well, the game kind of was over when he
Yeah.
failed to break this unit.
Yes, yes.
To tell you the truth. Anyway, so he charged in there. I actually won that combat,
Yeah, that's
but
fair.
he stood.
Mm-hmm.
This guy munched the one get launcher and overran
next
the other one.
Yeah.
And we moved on to turn 4.
I like that old elf hero model on the horse.
So this guy rolls snake eyes.
Okay.
We'll start
Dead
off with
average.
that on the first roll, not even the re-roll.
Yeah.
These guys rolled I think that's I'm not sure. Anyway, they did not make this charge.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was like a 4, 2, and a 1.
It's like a 4, 2, and a 1, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I think I missed it by an inch.
Missed it by that much.
I think I needed a 7 on the dice to get to this guy.
Yeah.
And failed. Should have called the
Mm-hmm.
Warg. Troll was in arc of these guys, so he charged in their flank. You can see the Wolf Riders up on the top right. Just started,
Right?
Right.
Are you
I was
Aussie?
going with my Aussie
Right?
accent. Do you like that? Yeah. They're going to charge over the fence into this mage floating out here in the field. The troll ignored him and just tried to... Oh, the troll ignored him and tried a long charge into the archers on the hill. Mm-hmm. It needs like a little 11 or something to get there.
You're just trying to get him out of the way for the spider.
No, the spider's coming into this big chunk over here. No, the troll on top.
Oh, okay.
Up by the hedge.
Right.
He ignored that mage, ran right by him.
Because
and
the
is
wolf
going
rider
into
should
this.
take care of him, yeah.
Because on the other side of this, which you'll probably see in a minute, is the Nashers.
Right.
Charge the other flank of the spear.
So the Schwarm, it's like a elven. The armies are backwards.
So here you go. There's the Nashers on the other side. They rolled it. They rolled that and got in there. These guys, lame charging boar riders.
Yeah. Yeah, he really needed that griffin in that fight. That would have.
Yes, that could have swung the game for him. Over here, you can see the Nashers have made it in.
Yep.
The troll, of course, on the other side of the hedge in the top, failed. The Wolf Riders have made it in, and they are wide enough so that if they kill this guy, they'll be in the flank of the...
Right. And just
With a decent
reminder, it's
overrun.
The guys on the hills where they actually are.
Yes, they're not those guys
Not
in
the
the
guys
back.
in the field. They won't stay on the hill.
But we checked, and I am clipping the
Yeah.
back rank if I move straight forward. And I think it's a 9 overrun.
Where's Mr. Spider?
And there's my Goblin King coming back on the game board. And now he's within range of the BSB, so it's 2 chances not to be stupid.
Yeah.
And the Spider's over there on the far right.
What's he doing back there?
He failed his charge. He didn't want to
There
go
you go.
play with the spear block. He likes just doing it. So now I get the Beast Within. And I've also got the... what is that spell? Fix It Up. Fix It Up spell on a Spearman. So he's re-rolling 6s.
Yeah, that's not going to go well.
When he needs 5s to wound me, so
Yeah.
basically 50% of his wounds he has to re-roll.
Yeah.
It's a bad thing.
Not fun.
Not to mention hits and everything
Right.
else in his arm. But anyway, so up here, 2D, 2 3s. Wonder what that was. Pretty interesting.
You've got 2 wounds on his griffin.
I did. I splattered him.
Okay.
I couldn't get launching. That must have been the rock lobber.
Ah.
Couldn't have been because the minimum's 3. Got a spell off. That's all I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I should probably keep track of these things.
Yeah, probably.
You know what?
I'm sure people watching battle reports don't care
No, probably not.
about what you actually did.
They're watching battle reports so we can report on the battle.
Yeah.
not tell him what the details
This is
are.
like the Soviet archives.
You know what? I think
You know.
I'm going to have to wander over to Junk House Entertainment and find out what happened to his guy on the Griffin at this third point. But you'll probably just hear a bunch of grumbling.
Yeah.
And this guy managed to whiff and take a wound from my war machine.
Wow.
Yeah.
When it rains, it pours. Didn't whiff, obviously, because you're not there.
I put a wound on him and he killed me.
There you go.
Sorry. Hoppers keep calling them hoppers.
How did you put a wound on him?
I don't know.
He must not have killed you.
He's got a wound. Yeah, he did not kill me. I put a wound on him and then I broke from
Right,
combat.
he must have broke from combat.
I
Yes.
broke from combat. So he turns to face my boars.
For the big fight.
These guys, the Wolf Riders on the right are in. They did make that overrun.
Okay. Oh, so they got the little sandwich action.
Little sandwich action going
And
on.
Oreo with some elven cream.
And you can see the 4 guys down there on the bottom. Those are dead, along with the 4 on the laying down as well.
So this is the actual results of the melee?
That's the result of the melee. Those
Okay.
8 guys in the back are dead. He did kill 2 of my Nashers. But the armor on the other guys protected them, and they were fine.
Yeah, amazing 4 armor.
Yeah, at this point, and the savages and I'm sorry to keep calling them savages. The ferals and the troll eliminated this unit over here. The Sea Guard. With this, they broke, they ran, they got run down.
Okay, and he didn't do anything to you.
And he did almost nothing to me.
Yeah.
He actually failed his fear test on a on a big roll. I mean,
troll, yeah.
It was a 10, but he failed his fear test. Plus the fix it up and the beast within on me, making me toughness 5.
Yeah.
He had, there's nothing he can do.
No, yeah.
So he needed 6s to wound me and had to re-roll those 6s.
Yeah.
So,
not so good.
That was just terrible. You can see up on the top corner, top section of it, the Wolf Riders have ran down neither one of the units had a full rank that were fighting the archers on the hill.
So you randomized?
So no, now it's the attackers, the winner's choice.
Oh yes.
So I sent them off this way, just so I can keep the unit of Wolf Riders within BSB range.
And not off the table.
And they ran him down.
Yep.
As they ran. This unit, the Sea Guard, lost this combat. They evaporated. So at that point, he had the
hero.
He
and
had the Lord with 2 wounds on him, I
Yeah.
guess, and the hero with 1 wound on him is what he had. And he's like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
So it was a 17.
Sounds like he's a quitter to me.
He could have pulled it out.
He could have pulled it out with those two models.
I'm not sure how those 2, but he could have.
No.
I'm sure they could have ganged up and killed my spider.
Yeah.
My big spider.
Exactly. They never actually fought.
So, it was a pretty bad thumping in this one. Again, he was not playing an optimized list. He was just playing what he had. So it was a 17-3. I've got the bonus objectives. The bonus objectives were the control the center of the board. I had another turn and a half to get there. So he just conceded the game at that point.
Yeah, it's hard to play the elves in a defensive posture.
Well, yeah, especially this. He didn't have attack pieces, and then of course, I mean, it was going to happen. I was going to thump down those swordmasters because that was really the only unit I was afraid of.
Right. No, I mean just the army that he has. It's based on a bit of shooting and a lot of ballistic skill shooting, which is, as we said before, not very optimal in the 9th age.
It's not. But Matt's always a fun. It's a fun game.
Yeah.
He's a fun guy to play. We've known him for years.
Yes, we have.
So anyway, 17-3. There you go. For those of those wondering if I actually could win a game, here's the proof I can. And that's going to be it. Right?
That's it.
Thank you for listening.
Till the next time.
Till the next time. Goodbye.